Hey everybody, it's Commander Clyde. We're back with another patch notes reaction video. Today we're looking at 5 the 5.7 update for Smite. So let's jump right into this. Skins. Uh, don't spend much time on these. This is cool. It sounds like Lucio though.
Woo! Let's make this dance floor quake!
So I don't know how I feel about that. I like the Odin skin. It's interesting. I have mixed feelings on the RTO skin. I don't like how they designed the bear for this. I think Ardio's design herself is fine. I think it's well designed, but the voice pack is a little, mm, that's a little funky. I don't know if I like it. That's why I have mixed feelings on it. I don't know if I'm a fan of the voice pack. Maybe if I hear the whole thing, I'll like it better, but and then the standard file skin sun.god raw. That's cool. He's snarky like all the other ones. So, yeah, spam your passive aggressive VGS. Scotty, Mixer Scotty, it's Scotty with a t-shirt. Incredible design. Okay. Anyway, moving on. Ranked reset. The first split of season 5 ranked is coming to an end. Make sure to try to hit your rank goals before the reset when this patch hits. 90% of people don't reach their ranked goals. Everyone's ranked goal is GM. Let's be real. Reset itself will be a soft reset. How boring. Your previous split performance will have a serious impact on blah blah blah. Soft resets are stupid. I wish they would do. I don't know why they didn't do a hard reset at the beginning of this season. That's so stupid. The end of the season, at least they should completely reset everything. I don't like soft. We have also made some adjustments for this split, but where we place players after qualifying previously, we would place someone quite a bit lower than our estimated MMR for them, giving them room to prove themselves. After reviewing where players qualify to and how they are spread around all ranks, we are reducing how much lower we place players. This means players will qualify much closer to our estimated MMR and will qualify higher than in previous splits. It's always good. That can make you feel more positive about qualifiers. Anyway, death marks. Death marks were created to provide a new and unique type of reward for the Inner Demon adventure. These items were intended to be a fun way to leave your signature on the battleground. Enemies and allies can run the map and see the remnants of previous battles. As we implement this new feature, we want to make sure that death marks don't accumulate to the point where they are distracting or obscuring other information. For this reason, we are decreasing the duration from 60 to 30 seconds. Okay. Chest additions, blah, 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 blah. Basic bug fixes, whatever. I want to talk about this one though, because they haven't given Chalk that treatment yet, and I don't know why. The size of the target is it does exactly this. It hits outside the target, and they have never touched it with Chalk's axe. I don't know why, but whatever. Not a big deal. I'm skipping those because they don't really change anything. Talisman of Energy, increase magical protection 50 to 60 because they want people to buy it more. Let's be real, who cares? Their data's like, people aren't using this item much, let's give it more protections. So it feels like a useful tank item. I do like its passive. It's fun to mess around with, especially on like warriors, but it's not a practical item, really. Mace. Rushing Mace with a Blessing is a common start, allowing hunters and assassins to spike their power early. Increased cost from 650 to 700. Heavy Mace and Warrior's Bane have been adjusted to keep the same cost. So now you can only get 2 pots. Oh no! That's actually kind of a big deal. It's cool that they did that. That means they're paying attention to the current meta. Wow. Wow! Current meta actually being incorporated into a decision-making process? What? Surprising, but yes, this change was necessary. Because popular item choices removes. You have no reason to think because this is a good start. And now they've nerfed it. So now you have to think about what am I willing to give up to still do this? Anyway, this is good too. Ooh, that's a big nerf, but necessary. There's become a core item on many gods even once you don't build much power. Its cheap cost combined with good base values let this fit into builds in nearly any scenario. We're increasing the cost and reducing the base damage of the damage over time. Players will now need to invest more in this item for it to really shine. So, you know, the popular start, let's get attackers, let's get mace and the finish crusher. And then you have 25 pin really early and it's super potent. That's the main potency. The passive's not really doing anything. The cost increase is the most impactful thing here because this item still does a lot of damage without the passive. But what I do like is they're paying attention to the meta. Good. Agile's Blessing is an efficient combination of health, protections, and a strong passive. This makes it a powerful one-off item for squishy characters that makes them quite tanky. We are increasing the cost of reducing the total health provided to ensure it's still strong pickup without being too potent. I have not seen it much. It gets built a lot in Joust, I think. That's the main place where people use this item, I think. Um, I don't know if this nerf is necessary because I'm not seeing it that much. It's really useful because there's a lot of crowd control. Like CC comps are that is Joust right now, is crowd control comps. But I don't know that this item needed to be nerfed. It just seems out of place. Anyway, God balance. The meat and the potatoes. This is out of order. This has not been properly alphabetized. Okay. Anyway. Daji provides a large amount of burst on a relatively low cooldown, allowing her to regularly jump on the back line with a lot of success. We are reducing the burst provided by Trickster Spirit, increasing the cooldown of horrible burns, giving players more chance to react to the Nine-Tailed Fox. Increased cooldown, good. Decreased physical power scaling from 100 to 85%, good. This god is so incredibly hard to balance. My god. It's like they nerfed her because she was one-shotting people. She was still one-shotting people after the nerf. The problem is the itemization right now with her. She has a lot of scaling, which they've toned down, and a lot of burst. And with items like Transcendence being in the meta, Crusher being there, you can imagine the problems. So yeah. Also Attacker's Blessing, yeah, we forgot to mention that. Like, a lot of gods are broken right now because of itemization, not because of their kits. Tachi is one that was legitimately just totally unbalanced, but we'll get into some of that later. Okay, let's see. Camazotz. Camazotz has a huge amount of potential in both damage output and self-healing. It is important to his identity to retain both of the features, but he is doing them both a little too well. We will be doing multiple slight adjustments to help remedy this. His passive healing bonus and burst heal and devour are both going down so that other solo laners or junglers have a higher chance of poking Camazons back to base. Also, his ultimate damage is being reduced. This part of his kit is hardest to counter. Has many other advantages, so it is justified for it to deal less damage. Essence Drinker updated description and tooltip to be more accurate. Decrease vampirism buff from 5 to 3%. Yeah! Devour decrease heal per hit from 15 to 55 to 10 to 50. Hey, Bat out of Hell, decrease damage per hit from 120 to 300 to 100 to 280. Hey, big nerfs for the Bat. That's always good. He's a pretty annoying gun to fight. Um, do I personally don't think he's that great in the meta right now. As a solo laner, I'm not into this. I don't get that. I really don't. Personally, I know he's got a lot of sustain, but I feel like he can get bullied too easily by tankier gods. By Guardians specifically. He gets bullied a lot by Guardians actually. But he's a popular pick, so it's fair. I'm sure there's data that I don't know about with this, and I mean, I haven't been watching the SPL really, so I don't know if he's been a popular pick or not. I imagine he is, otherwise they wouldn't be looking at him. Alright, Ullr, once again, he returns for more nerfs. Ullr's ability to combo his thrown axe into the rest of his kit gives him strong early kill potential and allows him to bully opponents in lane. We are trimming a bit of power off thrown axe while reducing the scaling of Herald of Arrows. While stun combo will still hurt, it won't be as devastating as usual. Ullr players will need to focus more on their follow-up after the combo to keep pressure applied. Why do we keep looking at Ullr? I mean, yeah, he's silly because the axe has no delay on it now, and it's totally dumb, but so they decrease the scaling and damage of thrown axe and decrease scaling on hail of arrows again. 100%. I want to know why it was over 100 though. That seems a little weird to me. But my thing with Ullr is they seem to be nerfing the wrong things with him. His early is a problem, I think, from other reasons. I mean, that combo early, yeah, a lot of damage. But he doesn't do much after that. His late game is pretty nuts because he can take towers. He can take objectives really fast. One of the things they need to look at is limiting how much he can combo. Check his mana, bring it down, because he's gotten a lot of items recently. Okay, really, the only one that benefits him is trans, that gives him mana, but I haven't looked at the itemization either. He's got Transcendence, which now gives him cooldown, plus Crusher, which is just Crusher. It's a bunch of pen, bunch of damage, attack speed, a passive that does more damage based on the amount of power you have, and he's already building trans. Like, yeah, of course he's gonna be too strong because you made busted items that he wants to build all the time. And also, the other thing that I have continued to complain about is the amount of power his 2 gives him in bow stance. I think it gives 45 at max rank, and I'm just like, why does a hunter have this? Like, I think he gets too much bonus damage from his 2. They need to dial that back. They've never nerfed that. They've never nerfed it. In fact, they buffed it once. And I was like, why? He doesn't need that to be buffed. But, whatever. Janus, the most broken god in the game. That's the best joke. I mean, but he's a ridiculous character. Why does he do the things he does? Like, anyway, Janus is a strong choice for competitive players. He provides unmatched team mobility and has a low cooldown, clearing ability that can secure camps without contest. Unstable Vortex is getting a cooldown increase and a small damage decrease on its double hit to make his secure less guaranteed. Additionally, we are decreasing the persist duration on Threshold, lowering how long Janus can zone off an area, and limiting the amount of teammates that can take advantage of the speed boost. Doesn't that make it a cooldown buff though? Or or has it always just gone on cooldown immediately when he deployed it? I actually don't know that. Anyway, increase cooldown from 8 to 10 seconds. Why, this, we gotta talk about this. This ability has an 8-second cooldown on base. They're nerfing it, but that's okay. Is it really okay for you to have a 4-second cooldown on an on an ability that does that kind of damage? Is that okay? No, it's not. And look what they did, they nerfed it. So maybe so it's 6 seconds now. That's still a lot, but that's still pretty short for the amount of damage, but they decrease the bonus damage, so with that. So this broken, stupid, ridiculous character is not broken, stupid, and ridiculous. Well, not as. He still is. Global Ultimates, we. Global Ultimates, meh, let me shoot you across the map and you die instantly. High skill required. Which, I mean, it's rare that you can aim that and hit somebody usually, but wow. Just an ability you can shoot from anywhere though that can just instantly take you off of the map is like, what? But anyway, that's fine. I like his ultimate, it's always been fun. Anyway, this is a puny thing, but Kali Slash is her primary poke and clear tool. Having a long cooldown on this limited her ability to properly jungle in the early game. While she's a late game character, she was a bit too skewed to the late game. The adjustment will help bring her overall power curve to a more reasonable level while still keeping her late game strength at the same level. I don't know how you could possibly affect her late game strength with anything. Have you seen the items she can build? Have you seen her attack speed progression? Have you seen it's like have you seen her stun that gives her a power buff? Excuse me. Like, boy, let's talk. Anyway, they changed the cooldown to 12 seconds at all ranks. Awesome. It's good. Her early game was always awkward. Her mana usage is rough, I think. It's one of the things. And also the 15-second cooldown on this at rank 1. Ouch. That's tough. When there are mages in the game that have abilities that do more damage on a shorter cooldown. Things like that, and other junglers like Camazotz, who have high sustain and poke, and Daji, who does everything. Like, her early was in a weird spot, but I like that. After a few Hades changes, Devour Souls was the only ability that still consumed Blight. This resulted in a few situations that felt clunky. I don't agree with that, really. In what situation is that going to be an issue for you? I don't know. If you can do the auto cancel, I don't know, whatever. This ability will no longer consume Blight, allowing Hades players to combo more smoothly and continue to fight after using Devour Souls. Actually, the cooldown of this ability is being significantly decreased for Hades early game. What? What? No, you can't. Please stop. Oh, life is we know it will end. Anyway. We're all doomed, I tell you, doomed. Anyway. No longer consumes blight. Will still detonate and heal Hades if the target has blight. Decrease cooldown to 11 seconds at all ranks. So it's late game cooldown in the early game. I mean, his early was awkward and he couldn't fight after he used his Devour Souls, really. Because the cooldown was so long. So I guess that's fine. I don't know how I feel about this because you can 3 and just ult immediately and get the protection reduction. And like, bro, what are you doing? I think they're nuts with that, but okay. I think you do an either or here. Either you decrease the cooldown or you make it, or you have it not consume blight. Doing both is a little freaky. Alright, we'll see how he shakes out. Managing tide is an important aspect for Poseidon, but some abilities had such high costs that they became prohibitive to play around. I don't know how I feel about that. We're reducing the overall tide cost of Talon Surge and release Kraken. These two adjustments will give Poseidon players a better handle on their tide resources and increases damage during extended engagements. I mean, you stack it up so quick if you like use Trident that I don't see the purpose of this. Okay, that's a lot of tide, but like 20 points lower, 10 points lower. Geez, okay. It's just make you have to think less. That's so boring. There's no reason for that. Like you stack it up so quick. Bacchus. Let's buff the most broken guardian in Joust. Yes. Perfect. I am so excited. Belch of the Gods is becoming even more godlike this patch. Don't stop. This god struggles in the early levels of Conquest, and these changes will hopefully let him better compete with other duo laners. We're talking about him in respect for Conquest support, I guess. Which, he's not terrible at that. Like, he's still pretty good. He's Bacchus. He's got a hard knock-up and just an ultimate that he can hit for free if he hits his flop. It's like, hello? Also has anti-heal on it. Oh, I forget to mention that. Ha ha! What is this anti-heal meta? Increasing the damage on Belch of the Gods to give him better clear and poke damage to make up for this. Wait. Bacchus relies on building up his Trunku meter. Well, if you're gonna have it apply healing reduction on any level of it, why are you doing that? Why are we talking about this? They're doing that to make up for that, but they're also doing this to make up for it. Like, guys, stop. Just quit. They're doing too many things. You don't have to do two things. You just have to do the one. Stop it. Stop it. Get some help. Increase damage from 20 to 80 to 25 to 85. It's not that much damage, but it is tick damage, so that's... It hits 4 times, right? So that's 20 damage extra. So that's a thing. Increased duration of healing reduction to 3 to 4 seconds. What is this? Am I being... Is this a joke? I'm baited. I'm being baited. Okay. I just... Yes, fine. Okay. Ranked Joust will be fun after this. Anyway, guys, that's gonna do it for this patch notes reaction. Hope you guys enjoyed that. Like and subscribe if you did enjoy. Always remember to check out the live stream at twitch.tv/CommanderClyde, where you can see me react live to future patch notes and also play the game. Wow, incredible. Anyway, I will see you guys later for some more Smite. Have a good one.